One of the toughest parts of any renovation is picking the right finishings for your project. Finding them can take an investment of many long hours, not to mention serious money too. And sometimes, protecting those finishings throughout the wear and tear of construction almost seems impossible. Today on Made to Renovate, we visit Paisley Products of Canada. They make one of the best and most trusted lines of construction site protection products. And when the work is done, you can be sure Paisley Protectives will clean up easily and leave without a trace.
Say you're renovating your house.
Well, that's what the show is about.
Exactly. And let's say you've just had a new floor installed, but yet you still have contractors, electricians, mud and tape guys traipsing in and out of the house.
Yep, sounds like a nightmare. A nightmare that ends up with me waking up with ruined floors.
And who wants that? That's why flooring protection, counter protection, and window protection is just so important. It's literally the difference between walking onto a brand new beautiful floor or a brand new floor that's destroyed.
It sounds like a very small detail that can save you a lot of money and aggravation.
Right, again, you're actually getting good at this.
Ron?
Paisley Products of Canada's 60,000 square foot production facility is located in Toronto and home to 41 employees. Paisley is a globally recognized provider of performance adhesives, pressure-sensitive tapes, and electrical insulation. Although based in Canada, they draw on the wealth of experience of a vast array of supply partners from around the world.
We literally have billions of dollars of capital equipment at our disposal. We're a manufacturer, we're a distributor, we're a fabricator of materials. But when we reach out for technology, we could never, manufacture silicones or epoxies or adhesives in our plant. These things are made for us by literally 300 or 400 vendors or more around the world.
The Protectives Division of Paisley Products of Canada is a leader in the manufacture of protective products with years of experience protecting homes from accidental damage that can easily happen during a renovation project. Their X-Mark branded products protect everything from bathtubs to hardwood floors, windows to carpeting. Anything you could possibly need to protect from damage, marking, dirt and grime, staining, and adhesive residue.
Even as much as your air. We have vent covers that will even protect and ensure that there's not a lot of dust and dirt going into your vents while they're working, and anything that could make it so that when your contractor leaves your home, it should look like they never have been there. Our motto is, leave without a trace.
And the entire X-Mark product line features their distinctive logo, so you know right away you're using the best in surface protection. But with so many surfaces that can easily be damaged during renovation, it's important to get the product that's right for the job. Asking a few simple questions can make it easy to know exactly which product needs to be used in any situation.
What are you protecting? How long does it need to be protected for? And what do you need to protect it from? That's your main criteria, and then we make comprehensive recommendations that are going to ensure that your site is protected throughout the whole job. So we have a hard surface protection. If in fact the customer only needs to protect the surface from dust, minimal traffic, a film's going to do the job for you. It's going to remove cleanly, again, just like you were never there. Our carpet protection, an excellent product, different adhesive system because it is intended to work with fabric, and again, removes cleanly and you leave without a trace. If you have a hardwood floor and it has been site finished, you should not ever use any form of adhesive product on a site finished hardwood floor. That surface is still porous and it will absorb the adhesive and it will damage the finish on the floor. So again, that's important questions that you're asking up front. What are you covering? If it's hardwood, is it factory finished? Excellent, film will do. Do you need additional protection? Do you have klutzy contractors who are gonna drop hammers on there? Well, then we wanna go for a thicker, more comprehensive product to ensure that the surface, because when you're protecting thousands of dollars worth of marble or granite, you're not going to nickel and dime and put a piece of paper on there knowing that you've damaged a $3,000 surface.
Everything that can be damaged during construction needs to be protected.
But you can't protect everything with the same thing.
Things like plastic thickness and level of adhesion or stickiness can make a world of difference when deciding which product to use on a surface. And even when it comes to plastic films in the Exmark lineup of products, they aren't all made the same way. Coming up on Made to Renovate, blowing a bubble with chewing gum has more in common with making plastic film than you might think.
Ron, I know you've protected a few floors over the years.
Yep, I've had a bit of experience with it.
And I know most people just buy cardboard, they unroll it, they cut it, and they tape it down.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Well, I bet you I can cover this floor a lot faster than you.
What?
What, are you chicken? I thought you had experience doing this.
Okay, but when you lose, and you will, you're buying lunch.
More like cooking, but anyways, I'm gonna use Exmark and you're gonna use cardboard.
Sounds good.
Ready?
Ready.
Set, go! You're not done yet?
Seriously?
That's why I used Exmark. Not only is Exmark more durable, but it also goes down faster than cardboard, and it's waterproof. Hey, so you ready to buy me lunch, big guy?
Let's go. Come on.
Over the years, Paisley Products of Canada has developed a reputation for dependability by providing a vast array of protective products that are used daily in construction and renovation projects. One of their main product lines is called Exmark, different kinds of protection that cover your floor or countertops and safeguard them while the mayhem of renovation and construction is going on all around.
This is our Exmark Breathe All protection, and it allows the surface to breathe and be protected at the same time. It has a laminated kind of like, it allows it to be waterproof. It has a little foam protection on it with a light adhesion, multiple surfaces it can be used on. And this is the Exmark laminated paperboard. It can't be ripped, and it has a laminated coating on it, which makes it waterproof, and this could be multi-surfaced as well. This is the Exmark Black Diamond Anti-Skid product. And this doesn't have an adhesion to it, but it allows it to be like a medium to high impact protection, and it can be used on multiple surfaces. Now, Exmark foam tape has kind of a light tack to it, but it's more than the Breathe All protection and allows a multiple surface and has a medium impact to it, and it's really easy to apply on multiple surfaces. Now, the Exmark carpet protection is a polyethylene product, has a water-based adhesive to it, and it allows it to go onto the surface really easily and allows it to be waterproof. You take it out with no adhesive residue left behind. Now, this is the Exmark hard surface protection, can be used on multiple surfaces as all our polys can. And it's a water-based adhesive 3mm product, used on strictly hard surfaces other than carpet.
At the factory, the process of manufacturing all of Paisley's Exmark films starts out the same way, by loading a hopper with pellets of raw granulated polyethylene. Made from petroleum, polyethylene is the most popular plastic in the world and is used in making everything from plastic bags to bulletproof vests. The pellets are heated to over 200 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, the granules of polyethylene turn into a liquid form, also known as a resin. Then the individual batches of resin are modified with different additives to give the resulting films different properties, making them suitable for a range of applications.
There will be additives used, colorants, to mark either a clear film or a blue film as an example, which are two different colors of films that we supply to differentiate one from the other, and as well as UV resistant chemistry. So the UV inhibitor that we would add would be used for films that we know are being used outdoors, such as the window film.
Once the polyethylene has been melted, it is fed into a blown film machine. Acting just like your mouth does when you blow a bubble with chewing gum, the machine blows hot air through the molten resin and creates a large bubble. Cold air is then blown over the outside of the bubble. This cooling effect creates a plastic film. Next, the plastic film is coated on one side with the desired amount of adhesive or glue. Then, the film is wound onto a large roll called a master roll.
So the adhesive coating will vary depending on the surface. For factory finished hardwood, you have a lot of surface contact, almost 100%, because it's completely flat. So you really want to have a low level of adhesion, because if it's too high, when you pull up the film, either it'll be hard to pull up, it'll leave a residue, or could damage that surface. Then on carpeting, there's less contact because you have little strands of carpet that make contact with the film. So you need a different level of adhesion in order for that film to stay in place. And it needs to be optimized again so that it doesn't leave residue for that type of surface.
So it's very important to use the product for what its intended use is. Using an adhesive product on any sort of a porous stone. So marble that is not cultured, you would not want to use adhesive products on it. Concrete, you want to ensure you're not using adhesives on those because they will absorb into the surface and they're very difficult to remove.
So we're going to try a little experiment here.
I'm intrigued.
Let's find out how good this floor protection really is. I have the heavy-duty boots.
And I have the hammer.
Okay, let's get ready to punish a floor.
All right, game on.
Coming up on Made to Renovate, what do you do with a roll of plastic film over 6 feet long weighing well over a ton? Cut it down to size, of course.
So we've got a pretty heavy-duty piece of Exmark floor coating here.
So who owns this floor?
Pretty sure it's the producers?
So we better not damage it.
Right.
So this stuff better work.
Right.
What do you want to start off with?
I'm guessing we should probably start off with the heavy-duty boots.
Okay, but let's go really hard.
In the Paisley Protectives factory, every type of film in the Exmark product line arrives at the final step of the fabrication process as a large tube, or master roll. At over 6 feet long and weighing in excess of 2,000 pounds, the master roll can be very difficult to handle. So using a forklift, they're placed on a winding machine. This machine allows the film to be cut down to smaller sizes, lengths of film that are far more suitable and easier for consumers to use.
It's all made to order, so we have contractors that are working on a specific environment and they need a specific width and length to make it easy for them to work with the product.
Now, the various rolls of Exmark protection are ready for delivery to the consumer. But it's not just floor coverings that are manufactured here at the Paisley plant. They also make Exmark window protection to help keep windows safe during renovation.
When we're trying to cover windows from mortar that might splash onto it, we want to use both a film and an adhesive system that has UV inhibitors in it, so that when the sunlight shines on it, the film doesn't start to degrade, and also it doesn't cause the adhesive to transfer onto the window.
And since construction is a dirty business, Paisley's product line doesn't just stop there.
Here we have an example of our boot covers, shoe covers. They fit up to size 13 work boot. It's important when you have people coming in and out of your home, bringing in dirt, water, anything can come through your home. And to ensure that the surface is the way it was when they got there, insist on these covers for your boots. Very popular for in the plumbing industry as well, electricians. Again, anytime you have a lot of traffic in and out of the house, it's a great product to ensure that your floors and carpets are protected.
The construction industry is only one of the many industries that Paisley Products of Canada serves. It's a legacy that stretches back over 60 years to its founder, Peter Paisley. The son of immigrants, Peter Paisley began working in the electrical manufacturing industry shortly after graduating from the University of Toronto. He quickly moved up the ranks and gained invaluable knowledge in electrical insulators. This was the stepping stone that allowed Peter to start his own company, manufacturing cloth insulators for electric motors. From there, he began to aggressively expand the company, and as it grew, he brought his son Randolph on board.
What he did was he took on all the product lines that he had discovered were hard to get, were challenging for the Canadian customers, and went on the road across Canada, visiting electrical manufacturers and helping to solve their problems. He was knowledgeable about the physical properties, about the price points of the products, how they were used, how we could resolve problems on the customer's assembly lines. And then I learned my own skills, things that interested me, and started to take the business in a direction that appealed to me, and that was adhesive tapes was something that I could understand.
With new ideas and a new vision, Paisley began to change, looking for new niche markets to move into in order to better serve their customers. Today, in addition to their Paisley Protectives division, Paisley Products of Canada supplies specialized products to the assembly, electrical, aerospace, electronics, automotive, and pulp and paper industries.
So, how's it look?
Let me check it out. Wow, not a mark, and we did some heavy stomping.
This is some serious floor protection.
Well, maybe it's time to do something a little bit heavier.
Here you go.
I'm not getting fired today.
Give me
Your
that.
job.
Chicken.
It's our only job.
You ready?
1, 2, 3. Oh!
Coming up on Made to Renovate, when it comes to protecting the environment, Paisley Protectives takes the lead with its green products.
I'm not done yet. Let's see how good this really is.
Really, Ron? A sledgehammer?
Well, it's supposed to be the ultimate in floor protection.
I gotta look away. We better start looking for new jobs.
Do I look worried? Let's see how good this is.
Paisley Products of Canada is a leading supplier of building and renovation products to customers around the world. Way back in 1949, they began as a small company selling hard-to-find materials and solving unique problems of manufacturers. And in the decades that have passed, their products may have changed, but Paisley's core business principles have not.
In every generation and every decade, there are new requirements, and we cannot stand still.
Today, the construction industry has become more environmentally conscious than ever before. To that end, Paisley has been sourcing and creating a wide variety of green products.
We have several products that are recyclable and reusable. Excellent for the industry, especially when you can reuse a product on several sites. Then you're more than getting your money's worth when you make that purchase. Our non-reusable products are also recyclable, and many of them contribute to LEED's credits.
LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design and is a green building certification program. Building projects must satisfy prerequisites and earn credits to achieve different levels of certification. LEED certification is recognized around the world as the benchmark for the best environmental products and practices in the construction industry.
In order for a construction company to have a site certified, they have to purchase products that they receive credits for. So there's a certain amount of points received for depending on what type of products you use in your build. So the more products you use that contribute to LEED's credits, the more credits you get towards having a green building.
Helping to keep renovation projects environmentally friendly is the latest step for a company that has been solving customers' problems from day one. And continuing to solve customers' problems is a key part of their future.
We have to find what's happening in Canada on a manufacturing and consumable side and fill that role. So that means that we have to be attuned to new vendors, new customers, and new sectors. So for instance, big box retailing is something that's very strong in Canada. Condo manufacturing is something that's very strong in Canada. So we are bringing to the party products and services that serve, those burgeoning industries. That's the future.
Okay, let's see what happened.
Yeah? Who's looking for a job now?
Move out of the way. Can you believe it? A sledgehammer drop from 3 to 4 feet did not ruin the floor.
Well, it's supposed to protect from almost anything, including small forklifts.
Really? What else do we have around here that we can drop?